Good afternoon. Today I would like to talk to you all a little bit about the Big Brothers and the Big Sisters program. This nonprofit organization has not only proven to be one of the largest nonprofit organizations in this day and age, but also one of the most beneficial. And through this presentation, I hope to show you a little bit on how that is possible. A little bit of background on this organization is that it originally was originated in Cincinnati, Ohio, by a man named Mr. Irvin Westenheimer. Mr. Irvin Westenheimer was your typical Cincinnati businessman who began one day to just take notice of a few young men in his community, or a few young boys in his community, who he noticed that they were beginning to head down the wrong path or make a lot of the wrong decisions that could either get them dead or ended up behind bars. So through that, he decided to start the Big Brothers organization. The Big Brothers organization was originally just a mentoring program for young males in his community. Well, eventually, the Big Brothers organization began to spread through New York through a man named Mr. Ernest Kent. Ernest Kent was a New York County clerk who began to take notice that the courtrooms were being populated full of young males. And through this, he decided to bring the Big Brothers program to New York. By doing this, he was beginning to have a lot of success. And through his success, he began to catch the notice of a Miss John O'Keefe. Miss John O'Keefe decided to get the ladies involved. Miss O'Keefe originally started the Big Sisters and is known today as the first original Big Sister. Miss O'Keefe began to have so much success in her Big Sisters organization that later in 1905, the Big Brothers and the Big Sisters collaborated to be known as what we have today as the Big Brothers and the Big Sisters program. A few missions of this program. One would be to establish one-on-one mentoring. Through this mentoring, young adults or the youth and adolescents of today, they establish one-on-one relationship with positive figures in their community or in their lives or just in the lives around them. Through these relationships, they begin to have long-lasting effects. With these relationships, they hope to take something with them that they can have even after they graduate from the organization. Through these relationships, they establish a strong sense of accountability. They want the youth to understand that they are not only accountable for themselves, but accountable for what goes on around them and are accountable for the future of this society and of our nation. Through these relationships and through these mentoring, they establish the avoidance of risky behaviors. They teach the youth what to look for, what not to look for. They give them activities and retreats and other things to keep them occupied the way they won't use their idle time doing things they have no business doing. This organization also emphasizes educational success. Through the mentoring program, they also offer tutoring services. And not only do they help in the classroom, but they help with athletics and any other thing that kids might have going on. They use their resources and other adults around and surrounding communities to help provide as much knowledge to these youth as they can. Funding for this organization, like I said, it is a nonprofit organization. So through the nonprofit organization, the majority of their funding comes from local fundraising, corporate alliances, community partners, other foundations. This organization likes to target large businesses. They hope that with these large businesses, they can collect sponsors and other people who really would like to help what they have going on and help improve the youth in today's society to help produce productive members in today's society. Participants. Participants of the Big Brothers, Big Sisters Foundation are usually between the ages of 6 to 18. They have found these ages to be some of the most influential times in a young adult's or a young child's life, because this is when they are usually most influenced on the things that go on around them in their environment, not only in their environment, but in their households and their school systems. They also tend to target the youth that are involved mainly in the risk factors such as single-parent households, or the youth that may be subject to abuse or neglect. Evaluation methods. When using the evaluation methods, they did boys, girls, whites, and minorities. Through these evaluation methods, they compared these four groups that were involved in the program to the same 4 groups that were involved outside of the program. And through these evaluations, they noticed a tremendous improvement on the behavior of the groups that were involved in the organization compared to the groups that were not involved in the organization. This is one of the main reasons that the organization decided to keep going in the time when they were first starting up and were struggling. A little bit of importance of this organization. This organization has proven that kids or young adults that are involved in the organization are 46% less likely to use illegal drugs, 27% less likely to use alcohol, 52% less likely to skip school, 37% less likely to skip class, and 33% less likely to hit someone compared to other students not involved in the organization. Communication practices used by this organization. Like most organizations of today's time, everyone uses social media or the internet. Well, the Big Brothers and Big Sisters organization does have a website also. Their website is Big Brothers and Big Sisters organization.com or foundation.org. They have social media accounts such as Facebook and Twitter, and through these social media accounts, they are allowed to communicate with the individuals not only in the organization, but outside of the organization. And through these accounts, they allow people outside the organization to not only get more information on what goes on in the organization and how it affects the lives of the youth involved in the organization, but it allows them to take part in what the organization has going on, whether that be through donations, through volunteering, or whether that be through signing up to be a part of the organization, whether that is you would like to sign your child up or a child who wants to be a part of the organization, or whether you would like to be a mentor or a teacher or a tutor or someone who influences the lives of the youth that they have involved with their organization. Thank you.